Okay, now I'm going to explain about the AMI. AMI is the circular motion of your hips. So this time your hips is moving to the back, but not forward and coming back. So it's like a half circle of a hip movement. But preferably your hip is moving up down also, not only the circle towards to the floor, also the circle towards to the back. Yeah. So same thing, aiha'a, and then everything is going to be a control of your knee. Yeah, so make sure your knee is moving properly. So first of all, your hip moving to the left, and then your hip moving to the back. And then this is that rare time your hip and then your pelvis is making the angle, and then your hip moving to the right and then coming back to the left. Yeah, one more time. To the back, to the right, and coming back to the left. Yeah, so you see this is that only the half circle. It's not the hula hoop, so your hip doesn't move this way. Yeah, so when your hip is on your left and then your knee, the left knee is a little bit extended, and then on the back it's on the same level, and then to the right, and then your right feet, so the knee is a little bit extended. So this is the key. So as you do hip on your left, and on that time your heel is pushing down the floor, so your weight is on your left, and then to the middle, and then both heels is pushing, and then to the right heel is pushing the floor. So make sure each time you are shifting your weight, right feet is pushing the floor in the middle, right feet, so the left feet is pushing the floor in the middle, right feet is pushing the floor. Yeah, so if I show it my heel movement, what to do, so you don't need to do this, it's just to show how you pushing that floor. So right heel step, and then left feet. Oh, I mix up again, sorry, the left pushing and then right. So some people tap that the other side of the heel to see and make sure you are tapping the heel correctly. So as you push the floor, you can see my right heel is stamping the floor. So this is what I am doing even I am not stepping my heel. Yeah, so the left, and then in the middle to the right and coming back. Left, center, right, and goes back. And then now that's the left, center, right, and goes back. So this is AMI. So if I do it smoother, 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift your weight, shift, 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 shift your weight, shift your weight, shift your weight, shift your weight. Yeah? So if I do it on a side way, left to the back, and then right goes back, center to the right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure your hip is always coming back to the parallel positions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, your hip moving this way. So then your upper body start moving. That's what we don't want it. So that's why your hip goes back and it's always coming back to the parallel. So that's why we can control our bodies, upper bodies not moving. Yeah, so now let's try the other side. So left prepare and then going to the right is called akao, means going to the right. Yeah, so akao means right. Yeah, so the other side is called hema. So hema means left. And then since we are moving to the left, we call this as a hema. So some halal has the opposite because it's starting from a right, and then they start calling this akao. But depend on your halal, so follow your kumu. Yep. Okay. So prepare your hip to the right, goes back to the left, and going back straight to the right. Back to the left, and going back to the right. One more time. Back, left, and going back to the right. And make it smoother. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got it? So with this movement, I recommend you to use your hands, and then you can see your hip goes back and coming back to the center. Yeah, so as you see your hands angle, you can tell your hip completely came back to your center or not. Yeah, so when we do this, we do akao 4 times, and then the 4th time is only a half ami, and then switch to a hema, and then we do 4 times, and then we do repeat. Yeah, one more time, let's do it. In 1, 2, 3, 4th time a little slower. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3. Half circle. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 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 4, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So Aiha'a is very important for Ami because we are shifting our weight and then controlling our hips with that knee. So your knee always need to be Aiha'a. So make sure you are doing Aiha'a. If your knee is extended, not doing Aiha'a, you can't Ami. Yeah. So it's not right. So make sure you are doing Aiha'a and try the Ami.